Just 2 races to go in the Formula One season. Formula One now heads to the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia for the first time at the Jeddah Corniche circuit. 2 weekends left, 2 races left as well. Saudi Arabia this weekend for the first time, and then the new Abu Dhabi circuit reconfigured to round out this incredible title. We still have no idea who is going to be the 2021 world champion. Lewis Hamilton has won 7 races this year. Max Verstappen has won 9. It really is closing up at the front with an 8-point gap between them. In the Drivers' Championship, Max Verstappen leads 351.5 points, 8 points back Lewis Hamilton on 343.5. Valtteri Bottas is now only 13 points clear of Sergio Perez. Lando Norris holding on to 5th place by a single point to Charles Leclerc. Carlos Sainz as well trying to close up on that battle with 2 races to go. Danny Ricciardo and Pierre Gasly battling over 8th and 9th. Fernando Alonso a distant in 10th place. On the second page, it's as you were after Qatar as well. Esteban Ocon now on 60 points, Sebastian Vettel 43, Lance Stroll 34, Yuki Tsunoda on 20. He's 4 points clear. George Russell is in 15th. Kimi Raikkonen makes his way up now into 16th with 10 points. Nicholas Latifi is class 7. Antonio Giovinazzi, the last point scorer. Still no points for Mick Schumacher, Robert Kubica, or, more importantly, Nikita Mazepin. In the Constructors' Championship, Mercedes lead the way by just 5 points to Red Bull Racing with 2 races to go. That battle is the one to watch. Ferrari now have a commanding lead over McLaren in the Constructors as well, 297.5 points to McLaren's 258. Alpine as well, now with a podium in Qatar, got themselves away from the deadlock they were having with AlphaTauri. Aston Martin securing 7th, Williams 8th, Alfa Romeo going for a charge back as well, but still no points on the board for Haas F1. Night has fallen. The time to decide pole position is upon us. It's qualifying for the 2021 Saudi Arabian Grand Prix. Hello everybody and welcome to qualifying for the 2021 Saudi Arabian Grand Prix. The very first race at this legendary new track already has provided evocative images to the drivers, glancing between the walls as well. It is truly a fantastic circuit. We're in for a real treat here tonight with qualifying. But before we get started, we have a tribute to pay. Sir Frank Williams, the legendary team principal and team owner of the Williams team, sadly passed away aged 79 just a week ago as well. Announced by the family that he was taken ill to hospital on Friday and passed away on the Sunday as well. Our thoughts and family are with Claire and the boys as well and the rest of the family. Here's a special tribute to Sir Frank Williams. We've lost our Sir Frank, truly one of the greatest team principals and greatest men to ever have graced Formula One's paddock, a life and soul of the party for over 50 years in Formula One. Born Francis Owen Garbett Williams in the northeast of England in South Shields during the Second World War on the 16th of April 1942, Frank was destined to be in motorsport, but his future didn't lie in the cockpit and eventually found himself dealing in racing cars. In 1966, he started the Frank Williams Racing Cars team with his only driver of Pierre Courage. And then in 1969, after 3 seasons in the Formula 2 category, they debuted in the Premier Formula 1. The team's only car was a second-hand Brabham chassis, and the team was a skeleton staff. Despite all the odds, the team finished on the podium in only their 2nd race at Monaco, and also claimed 2nd in the United States Grand Prix at Watkins Glen. However, the team hit tragedy at the 1970 Dutch Grand Prix at Zandvoort when Pierre Courage was killed in an accident at the last corner. Sir Frank was devastated but vowed to continue on in motorsport, dedicating his future success to Pierre Courage. With debt mounting up as the seasons passed, Sir Frank sold his Williams team to businessman Walter Wolff in 1976. Frank stayed on as team boss for 1976, but at the season end decided to try for a second time, creating the now well-known Williams team. Sir Frank teamed up with ambitious young engineer by the name of Patrick Head, who only the previous year had hired him at Wolff. At first, the team were based out of an old carpet warehouse, but after signing the young, fast Australian driver of Alan Jones and as a sponsorship deal from the Middle East, the team had finally become players in the field. Their first podium arrived in 1978, but the following season, in 1979, was full with success, 5 race victories. The first of which was at Silverstone in 1979, a very fitting place for the team's first victory. In 1980, Alan Jones became their first Drivers' Champion, a feat repeated in 1981 as well. Williams are riding on a high success, Sir Frank living every dream he's ever imagined. But in 1986, a serious road car accident in France in a hire car accident put the very team's future at risk and almost tragically killed Sir Frank. Severely paralysed, the doctors consulted Sir Frank's wife Ginny about turning off his life support. She refused, and Sir Frank cheated death and returned to the sport to run the Williams team. Williams won the 1986 Constructors' Championship and both titles the following year. In 2019, at the British Grand Prix, Williams celebrated their 50th anniversary in Formula One. The team were already hitting hard times, but nobody could see what was coming next. The COVID-19 pandemic forced a lot of changes in Formula One, and unfortunately the cost was too high. Faced with having to sell the team to American investors, Claire was assured that the Williams name would live on in Formula One. The Italian Grand Prix at Monza was their last race, but still the team delivered a fitting farewell. A fitting end to Williams' racing career, but the name lives on. The American company vowing to continue the legacy of Williams and vowing to take them back up to the top as well. But tragically, just a year later, in 2021, in the late November, Sir Frank, aged 79, was taken to hospital on the Friday, and sadly, by the Sunday morning, he had passed away, leaving behind his 3 children and great-grandchildren as well. He's back up there with some of the greatest of all times, but most importantly, reunited with his wife Ginny. Rest in peace, Sir Frank, a true legend, a true gentleman of Formula One. A wonderful man who will never ever be forgotten. How fitting that 2 of his first World Championship cars that bared sponsorship from Saudi Arabia are here this weekend, already doing laps with Martin Brundle, Damon Hill, David Coulthard and Dario Franchitti at the wheels as well. Let's get into the action though for qualifying. Now, Megan Burge is ill at the moment. He's hoping to be back with us for the race tomorrow, but she did stay behind before qualifying to do the commentator challenge, and here it is now. So we're in Saudi Arabia for round 21 of the commentator challenge as well on the PS5. A whole piggy-pack system to make this work. I'm on a PS4 controller connected to the laptop that's connected to remote play. Megan's just got the normal PS5 controller, so she's okay. You're not very well though, so are you alright to do this?
I don't feel okay, but I think I have enough energy to do this.
Right, let's get going then. Hit the ready up button and we will start with all 5 lights coming on. There's Megan alongside. Lights on. 3 lights, 4, and now 5. The crescendo rises to lights out. Good. I've got a lot of wheel spin. Megan's got the better start. I've got no vibration or anything, so I've got no data of how the car's responding. Megan does. She's taking the tight inside line. I've got off the track in the exit turn 2. I'm going to swap to my monitor down here to see if that's going to give me anything better. Right, here we go then. Turns 4 and 5. Oh, Megan's got the little bit line. She's touched the wall. Trying to find her way through on the inside. Not working. Dive bomb there. And she shut the door on me. Are you being even ill? You're being cheeky, aren't you?
Yeah.
I straight down the corner. I'll have to give the place back.
What was that the thing I was going to do?
Oh, dive bomb at the banking section. 12-degree banking here. Oh, you're in the wall. All right, Mex. Hit the wall. Don't mind. Don't mind at all.
Damage is up. It's fine.
Yeah, damage is off, as per normal. Otherwise, it'll take ages to complete. We all remember what happened in pre-season testing. Round turn 18 and 19. I'm going to use some of my ERS power as well. Try to go on the inside. She shuts the door. It's incredible. Wow. Oh, this will be a big one. If I go for it here, I can't go for an overtake here. I have to back off. Otherwise, it'll be a massive accident in this half of the track. Looking to the inside. No, touch the wall. Trying to find a way through. You've touched the... we both touched the wall there. You are darting so far out of my eye line, it's making me dizzy. Inside, outside, 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 outside. Take the inside line. Try and get the power back. Oh, beautiful comeback. We're side by side. Ow, ow, ow. Even ill, you're still Nelson PK.
Yep.
Gonna go on the outside. You've got the fast start bonus point. She's shoving me towards the wall. There's nothing I can do. I had to brake, otherwise we wouldn't have made the corner. That was ridiculous. Meg, did you realise you can't just drive me into the wall, right? That's not how you're going to win this title. God. The racing gods.
God doesn't care.
Oh! Come on, come on, come on. Find power, find power. Swing through. Oh, touch the wall. Oh, 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 oh. No, that was my own mistake as well.
Should I stop?
No, just go, go, go. Oh, 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 oh dear. Oh no, it's F1 2021. The cars are vastly different. Oh, that's cost me a couple of seconds there with what two? Well, only a lap to go. Oh dear. We are now on the F1 2021 game, by the way. Now that we've can piggyback a system to do it, we will be back on F1 2020 though for Abu Dhabi, and then next season we'll be on F1 2021 for the game as well. Accelerate, come on, use that EOS power. Fight the power. Is it fight the power or is it use the power? I can't remember.
Who knows?
Oh no, my rear tyres are gone. My rear tyres are gone. I can feel it. Oh, look at that, look at that, the red. They're cooling down now. There's a long enough straight. Megan, if you can do this, you're going to lead the championship going into the last couple of races.
Well, the last race.
Oh yeah, because I forgot where we are. This is Saudi Arabia, isn't it? So there's only one more race after this. Well, that'll end qualifying next week. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. I'm not... I'm gonna be on you at the last lap. You've never driven a lap here. How on earth are you doing this well? Have you been watching?
No.
Oh, that's even worse. DRS enabled for you. Doesn't matter. I can't get anywhere near you. Last lap.
Good reflexes.
Oh.
I'm quite good at mimicking things.
I hate that. I hate this turn one. I don't like it at all. To be fair, I won last weekend only because it was on a MotoGP game.
Yeah.
You had no experience in MotoGP. We're back to what we know now, which is 4 wheels and a car. I'm not liking, however, if you're going to win here probably. If I win Abu Dhabi, we have to do a decider, and it's either going to be on GT Sport, on Fuji, or I thought a lap around Silverstone.
I'm voting for Fuji.
Yeah, I know where your vote is. You have to beat an F1 cars though.
Doesn't matter.
Right, here we go. Back on the attack. This is the last lap, by the way. It's the longest track of second longest of the year, but it's 79% full throttle. Can you tell that we're not doing that today? Also, you've had an advantage today, whereas I'm trying to fight lag to do this.
I'm fighting illness. I'm pretty sure we're both level on fighting things.
Alright, maybe so. But I'm closing up to you, actually. Unless I make a mistake somewhere in the next couple of corners.
I hope you do.
You're not out of the woods yet, you know. We're now on the same track. I can see you. I'm catching up. Although I don't think it's going to be enough. You're going to be in the last corner. Oh my god, oh god, you're there. I'm here.
Or do I want you to be there?
I can see you. Oh no! Saudi Arabia goes to Megan. Victory goes to Megan.
Yay. Even ill. Even ill.
So Megan goes into Saudi Arabia, takes away Saudi Arabia as victorious. Megan goes into the last race of the season in Abu Dhabi as the championship leader. Ergo, you're on by 2 seconds as well. I got the fast lap though. That doesn't count. So, Megan now is on 11, and I'm on 10. One race to go. What will happen? Join us next week to find out in the Commentators Challenge. So me and Megan go into the last race. Megan on 11 wins, me on 10. Let's see how that pays out in Abu Dhabi in a week's time. Now, though, it's time to cross over to the commentary box as well for all of the action from qualifying. And to do so, we'll go over now with a look at the new circuit. So here's a look at the Jeddah Corniche circuit in lap attack. Let's take a look at the new Jeddah Corniche circuit, a 3.836 mile circuit, 27 turns and 3 DRS zones, a brand new challenge for the drivers to sink their teeth into, the fastest ever street circuit. On board with the Mercedes then, you're already downhill towards turn 1, you're flat out at 8th gear, 335 kilometers an hour, into the braking zone for turn 1, 3rd gear 100 kilometers an hour, back down again, 3rd gear 90 kilometers an hour through turn 2, exit through turn 3, you're already 200 kilometers an hour at 5th gear. Now into the S's section, turns 4, 5 and 6, around about 6th gear, 245 kilometers an hour as you already break your way through. Back through turn 7 now, 8 and 9, hook the back up as well, into turn 10. Now as you ride out towards the exit, to 7th gear, 285, open up the DRS as you hurtle down towards now turn 13, 165 kilometers an hour, 4th gear, back corner, get on the accelerator hard now as you sweep back through the city centre on the opposite side of the track lake. Down towards turn 17, 18 is the corner, 6th gear, 245 kilometres an hour, 19 now coming up, 20, 21, all the way to 23, has the DRS boards as well as you flick back through. Coming up now towards turn 22, back down, 6th gear corner, now up to 7th gear only the exit, 270 kilometers an hour, ride back up, round turn 25 as well, DRS zone number 2 on the circuit, little kick which is turn 26, 8th gear, 215, now into the braking zone, into turn 27, 3rd gear, 120 kilometers an hour, control the wheel spin at the exit, open up the DRS once again, hurtling down towards the start line, and that, across the line, the fastest ever street circuit, and that is a lap of the Jeddah Corniche circuit. Oh boy, are we ready for this one? A giant leap into the unknown is about to begin here in Saudi Arabia. The Jeddah Corniche circuit is about to hold history. What could be the fastest ever qualifying session in terms of top speed. The Kingdom of Saudi Arabia becomes the 34th sovereign state country to host a round of the Formula 1 World Championship. 4.7 million people in the city of Jeddah. It's the second largest city after Riyadh for the Ad Diriyah, where Formula E have their race. But we race on the seafront, on the back of the Red Sea. A fantastic 6.174 kilometre circuit, 27 turns in total. That twist around the lagoon as well at the top of the hill. This track is going to be awesome for qualifying. And with it, we have the mid-range tyres, with it being a high-speed circuit and a street circuit. It's unusual to see the two combined. Hard tyre, white C2, yellow tyre, medium C3, red tyre, soft C4. We're under the lights then, completely for this one as well. Free practice 3 this morning took part in twilight conditions, but for qualifying, track temperature 31 degrees, air temperature is at 28 degrees as well, humidity at 72% as well, track temperature is up there as well, south wind speed direction as well. It's all playing up there. Let's take a look at the track as well here. It is absolutely awesome. The driver tracker will be in operation as well. We'll see all 20 cars venturing out onto the track in the next 18 minutes of qualifying 1. Q2 we'll see 15 cars, and then Q3 as well we'll see only 10 cars for a 12-minute session. It's going to be very, very exciting. You're excited, we're excited as well. It looks to be another great one. Ian Birch will be joining me in the commentary box at some point in this session. Megan is still not well. Dad's not that well either. So it's sort of a one-man band situation. But the one person who will be with the team all weekend long is down in the pit lane for us with Josh Plays, and we'll hear from him in just a second as well. Hamilton however, has had controversy throughout the beginning of this session. He was called to the stewards for allegedly speeding under a double-waved yellow. He did not back up and lose speed, but apparently he's been given a no further action because it was only for a brief second that it came on. However, there is more drama for Lewis Hamilton, as Josh Plays just getting up there. There's more drama for Lewis Hamilton. He may have escaped penalty for the double yellows, but impeding Nikita Mazepin. The news is still out. Let's head down to the pit lane for the first time in this qualifying session and to Josh Plays. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening to you, Josh. Oh, can you hear it? I can't hear him. I can't hear you at the moment, so we'll wait until that gets back operational. Just under a minute to go. Get in touch with everything here as well. You can see... hello, Josh, as well. You're in the group chat as well. Hello to you. I can't believe I managed to wake up in time. Well done for waking up and staying up. You really are the die-hard F1 fans. Humperdinck as well. Love this tribute. Thank you very much to Sir Frank. No penalty for Sir Cynthia as well.
Hey.
Hello, Josh. You've got 48 seconds to wrap up before the green light goes on. Give us what you got.
Well, you caught me in the middle of eating my dinner, but it's fine. Yeah, Lewis Hamilton. No further action, as you explained. And the FIA marshalling system was put on accidentally, like panel 6.
Right, that explains it then as well. Well, I'll let you get back to your dinner because we're about to go to the green, so we've got to set that up. Here we go then, folks. Get ready for something a little bit crazy. The first ever qualifying session at the Jeddah Corniche circuit is about to go green. Countdown, 3, 2, 1... And qualifying is underway for the Saudi Arabia Grand Prix. The green light has gone on the end of the pit lane, and the cars will venture out onto the track. Yuki Tsunoda, Pierre Gasly, Giovinazzi, Stroll, Russell, Vettel, Latifi, all heading out there. They're not heading out there immediately because it could rain, like we usually see them filtering out on the track first. They're all heading out there because there is a very, very, very strong chance that we were going to get red flags in this session. I hope not. I've got to leave the commentary box at exactly 6 o'clock, UK time as well, so let's hope we go through cleanly. But Josh Plays down there in the pit lane for us. I want, never gets, is the saying, isn't it? We're probably going to see abundant of red flags here today, aren't we?
We definitely are, and yeah, guarantee, I believe, a red flag. And, of course, you have to go at 6 o'clock, but I will still be here as well.
Fantastic. Ian Birch will be coming in as well. Megan will be in the box, but she won't be commentating, but she'll be running everything, so that'll be an interesting one. I'll probably try and see if I can join over a call somehow. I'll probably join the Discord chat as well and be like that. But they're on the track now, just forming out. Russell's up there. Leclerc, it's going to be a mess in the last sector, he's saying over the radio.
On the outlap.
So that is the case, and you see Russell's approaching that last sector. They've immediately all gone out there on the soft tyres. Now, Josh, like we did in FP3, I can still hear you, but I've switched on the tracker as well for the pit lane channels, so you can eat and just throw back to, I'll throw it down to you when you need to. Cars heading out on the track, then you can see via the tracker. Get in touch with us on the YouTube chat as well. Use the hashtag Saudi Arabia GP if you want to talk about anything specific, like you want to bring up a topic. I'll just put it in the comment as well and we'll have a go at seeing what it's all going to be about. Russell is going to set the first lap time then of this qualifying session as well. And as we come through, there is a little bit of a chance here that Lewis Hamilton could extend the number of records this weekend. He could become the first driver to take pole position at 32 different venues in Formula One. So that is the key thing. Let's move that chair out of the way until Dad gets in the comp box as well. Start of the session, under the lights, Pierre Gasly.
Are we fine for timings with our plan and the traffic we have?
Yes, we are. Yes, we are.
Hopefully.
Swing the gears where you can.
Hopefully you were hearing that message a lot more clearer than we were. Max Verstappen just backing up, and they're already backing up in this last sector. This is what we were fearing might happen and what we didn't want to happen because it's so quick in that last sector. Watch out for George Russell. They're going for lap times at the moment. 15 minutes to go of this session, and they're all slow on the inside line coming into turn 26 and turn 27. They've all got to be very careful as they come back through. They're all starting their lap times. They might just get away with this, but later on in this session, it could become crucial because they're all going to be backing up towards each other. How long before we see an aerial accident at this track? Verstappen starts his lap time then. Down towards turn number 1 then, heavy on the brakes as well, down to about second gear as well, at about 62, 63 miles an hour, right on the exit curb as well, the exit of 3, close to the wall, as Russell, 130.490, now you're into the turns 4, 5 and 6 complex as well, averaging always over 130 miles an hour. It's such a fast complex of corners as well that one issue can either put you in the wall or put you severely down in the session. A little bit of oversteer for Verstappen coming out of turn 11, riding the exit curb at 12. Giovinazzi, a 129.634. Into the banking now. 12 degrees of a banking at turn 13. He gets a good lung there. Verstappen's on the attack. Giovinazzi, Gasly, 1-2 at the moment. Vettel, Latifi, Russell, Verstappen. Now Tsunoda goes into 5th as well. Verstappen's through turn 16 and 17. Into the second run then of the DRS detection zones. That's Verstappen just saying you've got Fernando just ahead of you, so you've got to be careful. Ocon, 129.508. Hamilton's down there as well as they blast past into turn 16 and 17. 21, 22 come up almost immediately. Verstappen really having a fantastic run there. Norris, a 129.136. He's the fastest one at the moment as Verstappen, the sparks flying underneath on the skid tray as well. You love F1 at night on a street track. It's the best you see all year round. Ricciardo goes second as well. McLaren at the top, 1-2. Red Bull going to spoil the party. Alonso goes 5th, and Verstappen goes top, 128.659 at the board as well. Much better lap time there from Max Verstappen. So we've already got the first runners and riders, and this was Verstappen's moment at turn 11, just riding the exit curb a little bit too much. A lot of sparks, but as always, it always looks dramatic, but in reality, it's quite boring, as Hamilton's actually lost his lap time. Cool the tyres in sector 1, then full throttle turn 2 and 3, says Stroll, and Hamilton's been blocked again. Hamilton's on another fast lap. He's been blocked by Latifi. He's got cars left, right and centre. Hamilton did lose his lap. He went off track at turn 2 and continued. So it's Verstappen top, 128.659, the fastest time so far this weekend. A lot of action as Hamilton backs off in that last sector. I'll just take a quick swig of the drink as they all come through, and hopefully they're all going to find their interesting times. Watch out for Verstappen, though, to have the fastest run on the boards across these sessions. Norris still P2. We've seen that so often in qualifying this year as Hamilton now heads back down towards turn 1. He's last overall at the moment, along with Sergio Perez. He too has had a lap time deleted. Hamilton still holding it back through. And Josh Plays is saying as well he's got ketchup on his circuit map. That is
and we should try to improve
bad.
Entry turn 13, push more entry 13.
And Leclerc then, charged battery coming to turn 13. Who's fast in FP3? M asked. It was Max Verstappen. As Perez goes second. Perez on a 129.039. It was Max Verstappen who's fastest in free practice number 3 for you there. M, as they all go through as well, trying to hold back as much as they can. I'm just trying to find a lead, actually, that's disappeared at the back of the comms box that I needed. Isn't that always the way? You need a lead and it disappears. Oh, hello. That'll do, mate. I've got one. As well as they come back into the sector now. Oh, and there's the other one, actually. I found the one I'm looking for. Just remembered my phone's not charged completely and I'm out. Hamilton's fastest in the second sector. He's a 10th up at the moment on Verstappen's time. But who's gone fastest sector 1? Yuki Tsunoda. Tsunoda, 32.312. In that first sector time, he has gone absolutely fastest overall. Tsunoda is pushing everything at the moment. Full, proper pedal to the metal stuff as well. Absolutely flat out. Hamilton coming to the line now as well. What's the time on the board? I'm on the wrong one. Hamilton is a 128.466 then. Hamilton goes fastest by 0.2 of a second over the back of Max Verstappen. Josh has got news, I think.
Have I?
Oh, sorry.
Let me check.
Sorry, I thought you had news there, mate. Sorry. Gasly goes P3, 128.892 at the moment. Giovinazzi, 128.945. Yeah, sorry about that, Josh. It flashed up saying that you were speaking, so I thought you had something. Sonoda goes third. So his lap time was fastest first sector, goes P3, 128.877 at the moment then. Hamilton's still quicker. He's still got the top dog's positions as Ocon goes P5 at 128.917.
Yes, Mazepin. Everybody.
Yes or no?
Everybody okay? Traffic okay? Traffic okay? They're all charging. Everybody in phase.
Raikkonen then said Mazepin's okay. Everyone's just traffic charging at the moment as Norris comes to the line, goes second. 128.574 then for Lando Norris. And Ricciardo goes third. Ricciardo got the toe off of Lando and did an absolutely barnstorm time. 128.628. Bottas now goes second. 128.526. So it's Mercedes 1-2, McLaren 3-4, with Red Bull 5-6-7 as well, if you count the two AlphaTauris of Sonoda and Gasly as Red Bulls. It used to be Toro Rosso, which was Italian or Spanish for Red Bull. I can't remember which one of the two it was. Leclerc splits them though. At the top goes P3, 128.554, and Carlos Sainz goes fastest. Sainz goes quickest on the seats, 4 tyres. Fabulous.
Wow.
Now that is a brilliant time. Sainz is a 128.330, and he's fastest over Hamilton, second, a tenth down at the end of the run. So in the drop zone, and the ones to watch, Vettel, Stroll, Latifi, Schumacher and Mazepin all in danger at the moment. So that's the end of the first runs. Quite exciting stuff, actually, this one. And now we're going to see the massive train effect happening out there on the circuit as everyone comes into the pit lane, as you can see. But, well, all's fair, love and war in Formula One. Who's going to give way to one and the other? Let's go to the group chat as well and catch up as well. Says, wow, the track evolution is insane. It absolutely is. It's been rubbed. We started actually with surprising amounts of grip on Friday, and it's just developed over the weekend. We've had Formula 2 out there with their 3 sessions so far, the practice, the qualifying and race 1. Race 2 for Formula 2 is coming up later. The Stroll Radio.
Copy, quarter.
And Formula 1 is set for a season-opening sprint race in Bahrain. We've just been told that Formula 1 will start with a season opener with a sprint race. That is what we've been told. By Dieter Renken and Will Wood on our Race Fans, the 2022 Formula 1 season will open with the first of 6 sprint events, and expected to award more drivers with points this year. So the first weekend is going to be... so it's Bahrain, Emilia-Romagna, Canada, Austria, and the Dutch Grand Prix, and Sao Paulo will have the sprint races next year. So Bahrain...
Will be interesting to see Austria with a sprint race. That's quite a good track for a sprint race.
I'm quite annoyed, actually, that they've given us the season opener as a sprint race. I don't want that.
No, I absolutely love Bahrain as a circuit. It is my favourite F1 circuit, with Canada close behind, and it's only because I'm actually good at driving Canada that I like it.
Yeah, I'm not. I do actually like Canada. I've always said I like Canada more out there as well. Yeah. So you just missed that, but we've been told where the F1 sprint races will be next year, Dad. Bahrain. Bottas. Perez goes 4th across the line. Bottas on lap 2.
Yep.
Great job
So go on.
Bottas out with the new engine.
Say that again, Dad.
They've replaced his engine with one of the previous ones because he had a fuel leak.
Yeah, so they've done an amazing job actually to get that out in time. For this session as well, and it's fastest sector 2. Bottas is looking quick actually as he approaches the line. Is he going to go faster across it? Where is he? P5 up top, 1:28.057. We've got Radio Ricardo.
Put the switches off. Okay, understood.
So Ricardo's having issues with radios out there. They've been told to box as well, as typical that just when I need it as well.
Why does he need a boiler?
What?
Max Verstappen replay.
Oh, Verstappen's touched the wall at the exit at turn 2.
It's an advert on the TV, isn't it? Boxed boilers.
Oh, yeah, it is, isn't it? Yeah, so the sprint races next year will be the season opening Bahrain Grand Prix, the Emilia-Romagna Grand Prix, at Imola, and then the Canadian Grand Prix at Montreal, the Austrian Grand Prix at the Red Bull Ring, the Dutch Grand Prix at Zandvoort, and the Sao Paulo Grand Prix at Interlagos. So that's where they're going to have it on the board for this year as well, the total for the sprint races. I think the only reason the sprint race worked in Sao Paulo is because Hamilton's charge from the back, wasn't it, Dad?
Well,
So, yeah.
2 out of the 3 sprint races didn't work, did they?
Yeah, 2 out of 3 didn't. And well, we're gonna have to suffer a season opener with it as well. That's not. I don't like that. Many purists will say that's too much
With
for a
new
season opener.
cars.
Yeah. I want to see I want to see turn 1 of the new season for an actual race, not a sprint race gimmick. It doesn't work, and that means we're gonna have points immediately on a Saturday. Great. Well, Ross Brawn, no one can criticise his baby, and God forbid you do. But it looks like we're going to have to suffer sprint races in the season opener as well. Great. Let's go over there as well to the group chat. As M says, is anyone safe? They don't need a second lap. Nobody's safe. They all need to go out there. Look at that. Russell and Schumacher separated by 0.029 out there. Why in Zandvoort, though? Maybe because they think a sprint race might shake up the weekend a little bit more than what we've been expecting over them as well. Coming up then, 3 minutes 50 to go on the track as well. Here comes Russell. Russell trying to find the time to get through. Boy. Can he find time across the line? No, Russell. 16th at the moment. Mr. Saturday goes only 15th. Pairs radio.
Yeah, but that's in.
Just as Martin said. I think he heard you there, didn't he? Yeah, just. Look at he's through as well. Latifi's going much faster, though, than Russell across the line. Does Latifi go? Oh, Latifi only goes 16th.
So that, or we can come in for a fresh set.
And Latifi is 4/10 down, I think, on Russell's time. So he's already in danger. Now we're going to get the traffic jam, though. Cars are on slow laps, while the others are on fast laps. Driver track already going a bit crazy up here in the comms box as well. All bar Schumacher, Hamilton and Mazepin. No, now just Schumacher and Mazepin, the only 2 not on the circuit. So 18 of the cars are. Giovinazzi goes 12th. Latifi, Schumacher, Vettel, Stroll, Mazepin in the drop zone at the moment. Tsunoda goes P9. Raikkonen goes 11th at the moment as well. So the times are coming thick and fast here in Saudi Arabia. Here comes Stroll. He goes 16th. That displaces Latifi. Vettel's 19th. Can he get into the top? No. Still 17th for Vettel. So that's still very worrying as Alonso starts his time. Norris goes to P4. Hamilton's in trouble now as well. It's all kicking off. Here comes Alonso. And that was a miscellaneous
Why is Lewis
lap.
in trouble?
Because if you look at the gap, it's only a second to Alonso and where Russell is. So the rate
All
this
he
track.
needs to do is get through Q1 to Q2 to
Perez!
Q3.
Perez top, 128.021. So Perez now the fastest. It's all going off here already. And that is fastest by 36 thousandths of a second. So 36 hundredths of a second faster for those of you who calculate that way. Danny Kvyat watching on. 2 minutes. Sorry, 2 minutes to go then in the opening qualifying for the Saudi Arabian Grand Prix. Yeah, go for you.
Remand for Hamilton and a €25,000 fine for Mercedes for impeding Mazepin in final practice.
Oh.
Hamilton's second reprimand of the season.
So
that is literally come out 2 minutes ago.
So one more reprimand for Hamilton. He'll face a race ban, which is not great news at all. So Hamilton, I think, would have got away with that massively at the moment. So a £25,000 fine and a reprimand from the stewards.
It doesn't
Hamilton
get carried over to the next season, though, does it?
No, the reprimand's changed. No, the reprimand's changed. So it's 12 penalty points in the space of a year.
So as long as he gets through this, he's okay.
Yeah, you get 3 reprimands a season. So if you have that 3 reprimands, it does change over.
Better be a good boy then for the rest of the weekend.
Yeah, no crashing with Max.
Young Lewis.
And the board, Verstappen's out there now on the circuit. So this is crunch time now then for the session. 50 seconds to go then in the first part of qualifying for the Saudi Arabian Grand Prix. Max Verstappen's fastest first sector, 31.925. Sector 2 is up by a tenth, but he's not quicker than his personal best at the moment. Perez's time keeps evolving. He's top with 34 seconds to go. Bottas closing in.
Verstappen.
Oh my goodness me, we got a traffic jam in the last corner. Several cars blocking the side. Verstappen puts his car through the middle. Let's have Bottas. Oh, he's wrecked the lap.
Got some misfiring.
As Bottas suffers with misfiring, it's Max Verstappen who's suffering with firing issues. Look at this. He's got massive of targets in front of him, and everyone's backing up the lap, and Bottas into the pits in trouble. The checkered flag is out, and around about half the field were compromised there. Flag's out now.
So what we seem to have here is that we hope that it's just an electrical thing. He's stopped in the pit lane.
And this is... That's stopped
right
Hamilton.
In the fast lane.
You see, it's not giving out any smoke, so it's got to be electrical.
Checkered flag. Russell goes through. Russell goes to 13th. He had a clean lap. Russell should be safely through. Latifi goes 16th.
Radio.
The engine set off.
They can refire that engine. Latifi goes 16th, and they've stopped Hamilton in the fast lane as well. He's stuck behind his teammate Valtteri Bottas. Now the Mercedes mechanics get Valtteri out of the way. Lewis goes through. Bottas is second. Ricciardo's gone third. Hamilton's now in 8th, and this is why he's in trouble. He's dropped down to 9th, because here comes Gasly. Russell's 13th. Latifi's out of qualifying. Sainz goes 4th. There's so much more time out there still to be found. Alonso to the line. No, sorry, it's Ocon. Ocon to the line. Tsunoda goes P10. Ocon stays 11th, so that drops Raikkonen down. Russell should be safe, or maybe. Giovinazzi's gone 13th. Stroll, Vettel, Schumacher, Mazepin. Realistically, watch out for the two Astons as Alonso goes 15th. So Alonso makes it through. Does Vettel make it through, though? No, only goes 17th. That is another Q1 exit this season. Schumacher's already out. Where's Stroll? Stroll's in the pit lane.
Stroll pit.
And Mazepin. Mazepin's already down on the sector. So, Russell's through. Alonso's through. So it's Latifi, Vettel, Stroll, Schumacher, and Mazepin. The 5 cars out of qualifying 1. But it is George Russell through once again. Vettel out of qualifying 1 for the 7th time this season. But Perez top, 128.021, as traffic at the last corner again causes issues.
P17, man, afraid P17, out.
What? Oh, man.
Even Sebastian's surprised about that one.
Yep.
That was a bit of a one, as Stroll's out.
Henry Riles is his car, the name, isn't it?
I think it is, yeah. Wasn't it the original designer or something or other of Aston Martin? So that's the end of the first session then. The cars will come back to the pit lane, and it is changing dramatically. So the Latifi, Vettel, Stroll, Schumacher, Mazepin, the 5 cars out of it. Russell comes in, goes through to the next session, P14. I feel the need for speed on the top of the halo there. The Frank Williams tribute. Of course, Frank famously said that in one of his interviews with Murray Walker all those years ago. But there you go, end of the Q1, and they're all going out there. Or if you're watching on Sky F1, coming up next is qualifying number 2.
What most people miss about Sir Frank is the dry sense of humour he had. He's a very funny man, a very fair man. And just look what he built up from nothing with Patrick Head. You know, amazing legacy that man has. And, you know, it's a pity Claire's not in this championship anymore because of the fact that she was a really good team principal.
There is a book in the paddock that you can sign, and it'll get sent to Claire and the boys later on.
It's in front of the FIA. There's 2 pens, some flowers, a picture of Sir Frank, and this lovely leather book. And all the team principals have now signed it, and quite a few things. Dill was about to sign it last time I knew.
Yeah, but he hasn't because they were live on air, so they've had to change that around as well. So yeah, Eliminator goes through as well. Bottas stops with misfiring right at the end of Q1. That is the big importance at the moment. Can they get Bottas's car restarted? If the engine's just died, surely they can just restart it. It's like when it installs on the grid. They should be able to find a way to just restart it. Reminder. I will be leaving the commentary box as soon as I get told, but considering I've had no messages just yet, I think it might be 6:30 they'll arrive. Because remember, my friends, if you're watching this, one particular friend, you always add about an hour on to what he actually says. We have what is it, GMT, Greenwich Mean Time, and then we have LET, Luke Eastern Time. Shout out for the kicking clothing there as well. There you go, Luke. You'll be happy about that.
I got out of the way. But Gasly, I had to hit the brakes.
Sainz saying he had to get out of the way, but with Gasly, he couldn't.
I don't think we've heard the last of that incident with Bottas's car.
Stopping in the fast lane, yeah.
Not stopping in the fast lane, but the pile-up of cars. That it was a genuine thing, you know, and...
Yeah.
No, I'm still upset that Haas never got summoned to the stewards as well.
Because he never got told.
Why
about
didn't
Hamilton
it get told? And why weren't they just told just then? Look, there's a slow-running Mercedes because he's got a problem.
Carlos Sainz being blocked by one of the cars.
Oh,
Gasly.
that was a bit dodgy.
Come on. I got out of the way.
Again.
This is what we're saying, Josh. It's the problem with this circuit is the fact that apart from the main straight, everything else, when you look in the mirrors, is curved. So
it's curved, yeah.
You can't see anything coming at you.
It's a dramatic circuit, and one of these, the race tomorrow, I'm predicting loads of red flags. I really am, as Anthony Davidson of ex-Minardi, BARs, and Super Aguri, and now Mercedes driver as well. Look at this. Down a third gear corner, he has to back out so much. He's got cars left and right.
It used to be one of your favourite T-shirts.
Yeah, I've
when
still
you
got
were
it.
a little boy, Super Aguri T-shirt.
I've still got it. It's I want it framed, actually, along with the others that don't fit me. That lovely Senna one as well.
You got a Senna one as well, about the same time.
What Haas was that?
Schumacher.
Shuey.
Oh, yeah, Schumacher blocking Stroll. So Schumacher blocked Stroll.
Yeah, that was also a bit.
Now, the FAA warned, Michael Masi warned the drivers, please do not drive slowly.
Yeah, but the point was that it was the build-up, the backup of the cars was not their fault.
Yeah.
Q1 turn 3 incident involving cars 10 and 55 noted. So that's Gasly and Sainz.
Right, here we go then, folks. Get ready for qualifying number 2 as... green light at the end of the pit lane. Qualifying 2 is underway for the Saudi Arabian Grand Prix. 15 minutes and 15 cars. And at the end of this, again, we'll lose as low as 5 drivers to go into the top 10 shootout. And immediately as well, they're heading back out to the track. They know as well as we do, you do not want to risk going out later and letting everybody else have a better grid slot than you if a red flag comes out. If somebody puts it in the wall...
This is what we were saying earlier, that you've got to get out there in every session and put a lap in.
Yeah, and they've really got to find the time. They've really got to find the right pace.
It's a bit like the situation when it's raining.
Yes.
You know, you've got to get one in.
I don't think he knows where he's on. Put that on.
That doesn't matter.
Yeah, I think you're right, though, as well. As we've got the driver tracker back. It's the same situation if it rains as well. They've got to get out there, got to get the bank up, because they don't know what the best of the track conditions are going to be. And you don't know if someone's going to throw it into the wall. So that's what you've always got to be looking at as well, as to which is the best 2 conditions it's going to be. 14 to go.
Yeah, I mean, me and Josh have both had haircuts, but you haven't, Joshua.
I was going to say, how are you going to differentiate between the 2? I've had the side of my ears done. I haven't had time to have my back of the hair cut done yet. I'll have that done next week before Abu Dhabi. Megan, as you saw, did do the commentator challenge, and she won.
She came in and she told me she's not very well, and she came in and she said, I won, and he said I was like PK again.
Well, she did force me into the wall at one point.
She said she hammered you into the wall and kept you in the wall.
Yeah, that's pretty much what she did. That's Vettel, I think. It's Vettel on the radio being told now. And here we go, look. Here comes the great train of Formula One. Max Verstappen's holding up the field now, but he's actually gone for it. So at one point he was going to back off, but he's actually gone for the lap. Several of the cars going as well as they come across. Look at the meter boards blowing in the wind there. It's a strong crosswind here, 0.6 meters.
Have we got
speed.
any spectators in yet, or not just invited guests?
They have got a couple of spectators in at the track as well, I've been seeing, so that is great news. But we're expecting more fans tomorrow, because the grandstands weren't actually done for yesterday or today. So fans for tomorrow. As there's a lot of traffic. Norris, Hamilton, Bottas, Ricardo, Russell, Raikkonen sort of queuing up right at the back of the track there on the driver track, and we've got up in the box. We're on board with Verstappen, though, as he comes down towards turn 13, the bank hairpin. And this turn 13 as well, over 150 kilometres an hour. That's the slowest point as well.
Farkia wanted to know. He thought Perez was like a second off the pace in FP2. Where did his pace come from? I think with Perez, it's hit and miss in each section.
Yeah, you're right.
It's one of those things. It's like he's not consistent anymore.
Perez was 9th in FP2, so
Yes.
yeah, he's lost a lot of time there as well. But he's just sort of picked it back up again. And now I'm surprised about it because it's like we see two different sides of Checo, don't we? Josh has got news for us in the pits. Josh.
Was really going back to Q1 where I think it was Bottas. They showed Bottas's live speed going up 25, 26, 27.
Yeah.
Ready to start a lap, and it was 19 miles per hour.
So he had a power. So that was.
It's a powertrain issue. Yeah.
So everybody around probably thought he's going for a lap. I'll back up. So Bottas started all of that. Yeah.
Well, that goes back to the times in Italy, isn't it, where they all backed up in Q2 and then didn't meet the line on time.
Yeah, I missed that race as well.
Josh?
Yeah, you got anything, Josh? It's you, not me.
Yeah, it's a bit of a iffy.
I'll be interested to know. Yeah, I'll be interested to know if they do penalise people for that though. If they say that you've impeded this driver, if it all links back to
they
Bottas.
can't if Bottas.
It is very dangerous.
Yeah, it is, but surely Bottas, because he's got an engine problem.
Yeah.
That meant that none of the others could actually get past safely. So you know, they can always argue that with the stewards.
Oh, that's Hamilton getting blocked there as well by Leclerc, Sainz, Gasly, and
maybe I'm thinking they could make a little area off the last corner, so they can go in and wait for people instead of doing it on the track.
Yeah, MotoGP have that, don't they? They've got that.
Yeah.
They've got that line where you go to the outside.
I
know it sounds silly at these speeds. But just mirrors on some of these corners.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Yeah, curved mirrors like you have when you have blind corners.
Oh, they are doing track limits. They are doing track limits. As Sainz, his time has been deleted for track limits at turn 4.
No.
So what we were told this morning that they weren't going to do track limits. Michael Masi and the stewards now decided they are going to do track limits. And
well, Jonathan Wheatley's only just decided to do the track limits.
Never trust the FIA people.
Never.
No, because they have to do what Jonathan Wheatley at Red Bull says.
Yeah. That's Sonoda.
Only joking, Jonathan.
Also...
That's bad. I had 2 seconds, Josh, because got some times coming on the board quick because Verstappen's on 1:27.953, fastest the weekend so far. Leclerc second, Hamilton third, Ricciardo fourth, Bottas coast P2, 1:28.238.0. So on the medium compound tyre that everyone bar Russell is doing, they're now starting to get the times in. So yeah, everyone is on the mediums, bar George Russell, who is on a set of soft compound tyres, and Russell's gone P8 because of that. But we've still got 10 below to set lap times. Hamilton radio, and then we'll come to you.
I don't know what we're doing. I have no grip out here.
Hamilton's now got no grip. Well, they haven't done a lot of running on the mediums, have they? This week. Oh, and now we've got traffic. Alonso getting out of the way into the last corner. And Sonoda there too, passing Perez. They haven't done a lot of running on these medium compound tyres. They've only done running on the soft and the hards, which is what we expect the race tyres to be. But it's Perez goes second, 2 tenths off. And we've got a yellow.
Yellow. I'm just waiting for the track sector.
I'm not sure, but I don't like the sound of this if it's a yellow flag and it's staying. So
and it's
green.
It's gone back to the green. Double yellow in track sector 7, so that's 11, 12, and up to the entrance of turn 13.
Was it Norris or Sainz?
Yeah. Which that's Verstappen.
Sainz replay.
We're not getting that. Here we go. So it's Carlos Sainz then. Has he gone off?
Oh, spin. Spin.
Yeah, he's caught the curb. So exit curb through turn 11. Just puts the front wheel.
Those tyres are now done for.
But well saved by Carlos. His rallying skills came into that, didn't they? And a bit of luck.
He did touch the...
So he did
touch that wall on the right-hand side there.
just scraped it ever so slightly. So yeah, he caught the curb on the inside, he unsettled the rear and just drifted in ride. Nothing really he could do about that one. So Sainz's tyres are done. Now he's got to set a faster lap time now. Although he's in the drop zone, 65 seconds off the pace. So a new set of tyres, he should be okay to get that one going.
He's just got to do a new set of tyres, hasn't he? Lose the set.
Get out of the way of Lando. Lando's on a lap time here, Carlos. Single file through that part of the track. Just get out of the way. Ferrari mechanics feeling the pressure as well. We're all starting to feel the pressure. 6:49 to go. You're not. 6:49 to go the session as well. As Sonoda goes P8, 128.956. So Sonoda goes up there. Russell in the drop zone, but he does have time to find if he wants it. He's done. How many laps has he done? 14 across all of the sessions
on board
so far.
of the spin.
So let's watch now. Watch the exit curb. He goes through turn 10, hit the curb, and then he just ricochets the energy as next time he goes to a left-hander. The car's unbalanced, and he just loses the rear and just drifts out wide. That's a simple error that we've seen so many drivers do this weekend.
Whoa.
How close to
rear
the wall
wing,
was he there?
You know, his rear wing actually hit and moved. So, you know, there's possibly damage to that, to the rear wing on the left-hand side.
I had to get really close to the screen there to try and see the rear wing.
It clipped the wall with the white advertising on in. As he went through, it clipped it. So there could be some DRS damage to that. You know.
Yeah, so we'll watch out for that.
The flap could be damaged.
Last thing we need is that rear wing failing on this high-speed circuit, especially as the run from turn 21 all the way to turn 2 is DRS City as they come through. Just a reminder that Hamilton's gone second on a 1:28.068, but watch out for Perez, who's third at the moment, but has set the fastest first sector, 31.989. Alonso radio.
Reset brake balance.
This is another prep lap, no?
Alonso's confused if it's a prep lap or not.
Let's do another prep then.
Yeah, so Alonso's confused there if it was a prep lap or not, as we've got 5 minutes to go of the session.
Usually the most dangerous part of the second session, because are you confident to stick, or do you deal yourself another go at this?
Perez on top, 127.946.
Wow.
If you're near that drop zone, you've got to think about really pushing there, haven't you?
Say again?
If you're near the drop zone, you've really got to think about making one last push.
Yeah.
Maybe put a new set of tyres on, but that's about too late, isn't it? I think 4 minutes.
To get in and get out.
It's getting to 4 minutes. You'd just cross the line, wouldn't you, on 4 minutes, wouldn't you?
Yeah. If you get in,
get
the
off,
tyres, yeah,
get out the pit lane,
refuel.
Then you'd be close to the 3 minutes, wouldn't you?
It's a dangerous situation.
2 laps is 3 minutes.
So they've got to decide whether or not they want. I don't think they'll do it unless it's a pit stop. Yeah. So they're all going to stay, which means Perez is out there on a medium compound. How much is he actually going to stay on those mediums for? How long is he going to find that time?
Lando's having a good go at it.
He's on softs. He's put a brand new set of softs on,
yeah.
So Lando's risking it. He's going for it. Ocon's gone P8, and he was on full up on mediums. So Ocon's gone up the order. Ricciardo's done the same. He was on 6-lap old mediums. But this is not great because they're putting loads into the tyres. They're putting more and more laps on them. And they don't know how long they can last in the race. As Bottas goes third, 1:28.054. So Bottas P3, Hamilton P4, Red Bull 1-2, Mercedes 3-4.
Tailwind into turn 1.
And that's Hamilton being told of a tailwind into turn 1. Hopefully you heard it over the radio as they come through. Russell's 12th.
Yes, but no, you know... Russell's 12th, and Norris is 13th. But Norris has had to put the softs on to play the final joker, hasn't he?
And he's done that joker by going into P7 at 1:28.344 pair. Done for the day. So is Verstappen, unless they can do a really quick turnaround. If they fueled them long, though, and they do a race-style pit stop, they might just do it. Norris radio.
I got held up. Whoever the Red Bull is just blocked me in the last corner.
Yeah, that was Perez. Perez held you up. We saw that.
So that's Perez has held up Lando Norris, and that's why Norris could have gone faster, but he's now dropped down into 7th place on the board.
Michael, did you see the fact that Norris was held up there?
Yeah.
You know. Oh, sorry. You're talking to Red Bull at this time. I'll ring you back later.
Q1 Turn 3 incident involving Gasly and Sainz will be investigated after the session. That's interesting. So they're going to go for a proper investigation. Nice.
You do know that the reason they say things like they just did, Norris and them did, because then you put it on the radio, so you put it on record, and that's when the stewards start looking at the things when it's on the record.
Yeah, and then it's officially done.
Gets noted, and then stewards make a decision.
1 minute 25 left of this session.
It's all about playing the game, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's I think it's funny.
It's finding the right balance of the situation, finding the right plays of it all. It's fantastic. It's like the playbook you get in soccer in America as well. The football, American football with.
Don't call it soccer.
I couldn't work out what it was. Anyway,
gridiron.
60 seconds left then of this first session. I'm going to mute that a sec. Sorry, Josh. 50 seconds left then of the second part of qualifying for the 2021 Saudi Arabian Grand Prix. Carlos Sainz on a lap time. He's currently 15th in the drop zone after a spin earlier on in this session. Alonso, Russell, Raikkonen, Ricciardo filtering out that gap as well as they go forward. The question is, who's going to find the right time? Sainz. Oh, and that's a big slide from Carlos Sainz, coming through the back half of the track, and it cost him that's cost him the lap time. Gasly goes 6th. Sainz is out of qualifying with that lap time as Hamilton goes fastest, 1:27. That's a great time there.
7:12.
And he's quicker than Perez by 2.5 tenths of a second. Checkered flags out soon, so already Q2's going to go good. Oh yeah, yellow. There's a yellow. Don't know where that came from.
It was an in and out.
No,
Sector 2.
Yeah, the checkered flags come out.
Sector 2.
It's gone green.
I think it might have been Sainz again.
Yeah, I think Sainz is just getting out of the way of everybody, isn't it? Yeah, Sainz getting out of the way of people. So here comes then. Ricciardo's out of qualifying. So is Raikkonen. Alonso's P14. He's out of qualifying. He goes P13. We know Sainz is out, and Russell's in the pit lane, is he? No, Russell's in the second sector. So Russell's looking okay. Let's see what he can do. He's coming round turn 27. Can George Russell get out of qualifying? Number 2? No, he can't. Russell stays.
Oh.
Yeah, Russell stays P14. He's backed out of his time in that last couple of corners. So that's it then. Ricciardo is in the pit lane. Raikkonen couldn't improve. Alonso couldn't improve. Russell's come into the pits, and Sainz went off the track at the same part he spun out a while ago. That's it. Game over for Q2. So it's
Giovinazzi yet again. You've dumped him, Alfa Romeo, but he's in Q3
and
again.
And for Valtteri Bottas, it makes another record for him. As, if I find him correctly, Valtteri Bottas becomes the first ever driver to make 100 consecutive qualifying 3 appearances. In his 99 starts with Mercedes, now 100, he has never missed an episode of qualifying 3. Fantastic.
He's never missed an episode of Crossroads either.
That too. So, out in qualifying number 2, hang on, it is Ricciardo, Raikkonen, Alonso, Russell, and Sainz. Ricciardo, Raikkonen, Alonso, Russell, Sainz, the ones out of this session.
Alpha and Bottas.
Yeah. So that's it. Q3 coming up next, as Bottas did touch the Alpha.
Yes.
Yeah, big one. Q3 next.
Do you know?
That was Raikkonen.
Who was
contact with Bottas.
Yeah, so Raikkonen went right round the outside, and it's Raikkonen hitting Bottas. So that was an unusual end to qualifying 2.
Well, Finns haven't always liked each other, have they? So
no, we've seen that before. Raikkonen and Bottas had a grievance in 2015 as well. Russia and Mexico.
Nazi on the wall.
Yeah, just touched the exit.
Hakkinen and Salo were brought up in the same street. They were rivals all their lives, and the only time they were friends was when Hakkinen had that accident and he ended up in hospital. And Salo was at his bedside virtually 24 hours a day, wasn't he, for about 4 or 5 days?
So Perez and Tsunoda come into the pit lane as Sky F1 go to a break. Now we go wait for Q3.
Salo's still with Ferrari, isn't he?
Salo is still with Ferrari, yeah.
Yeah, I thought so. He's like a driver coach, isn't he?
Yes, yeah. He is the current driver coach for them as well. As we wait, that's Russell's radio.
The front's worked pretty well on the medium.
Now we can't hear that well. Russell says the fronts are quite flat spotted on the front there, the mediums. M says, why the hell Red Bull put on softs for Verstappen on the last run? They did, didn't they? Did he improve on that time? No, he couldn't.
No, he didn't.
Off,
He lost it. But I think it was just so that he didn't have to ruin a new set.
Do you reckon they scrubbed them in for qualifying 3? We sometimes see them do that, don't they? With Mercedes have done that trick.
Scrub the surface off.
Yeah, Mercedes have done that trick plenty of times.
We used to do that with brakes.
Yes, yeah.
We used to your brakes squeal when they're new sometimes.
Yeah.
A way of stopping that is just to get a bit of emery paper and just, wet and dry emery paper, and just rub the surface and get rid of the shine off the brakes, and it allows them to, especially if haven't got new discs as well. If you've got worn discs or even used discs, if you rub the shine off, it just helps them bed in better because you need as much surface area contact in the disc as possible.
So I finally had a message.
That's what we used to do.
I finally had a message saying that they're getting me last, and they're setting. Yeah, I knew this. He's leaving in 15 minutes, and he's getting me last. Which
on the midnight train to Georgia?
No. So look, he's leaving in 15 minutes. That means he'll leave at 6 o'clock. And then he'll get me last. It'll be around about 6:30. I know him too well.
David Tennant usually leaves on the midnight train to Georgia.
Oh, that was the worst one. Josh, I think, has got info. Either that's an old message that's come through or not. But over to you, Josh.
That is not an old message. I'm just looking over at my timing screen.
Yeah.
Which for the race has my tyre history. And both of the Red Bulls are only separated by 0.07 of a second.
They are. Oh, blimey.
Yeah.
And that's Perez ahead of Verstappen. So 7,000 separating them.
And
that's amazing.
Mercedes wanting to get a point for the social media championship with a Drake meme.
Oh, dear.
With people calling us Mercedes. Nah. Martin Brundle calling us Mercedes Benz. Yeah.
Oh right! Oh, I get that. It's the one with the hand, isn't it? With the thumbs up. Oh yeah, there it is. Yeah, it's the one with the hand. I know what you're on about there. They really are going for it, aren't they, with their social media championship? That's because of WTF1, who run the social media teams championship.
I want to know on a personal note.
Yeah, I listen to the WTF1 podcast on a Monday normally, if it's out then.
I do the same.
I want to know. I want to know what shade of hair dye does Ant use, because of the fact that kid's got no grey hair at all.
Yeah. Cars 77 and 7
2000, I think.
Also.
Yeah. Josh.
Oh, I think he's there. I can't hear him at the moment. Try
Josh.
Again. You have to repeat that. You
have to repeat that. I was talking over you. I talk over everybody.
Turn 17 incident involving cars 77 and 7, so that's Bottas and Raikkonen, noted.
That was for that clip.
Right, yeah. That was that clip, wasn't it? Yeah.
So Raikkonen will probably get a warning for that.
And it looks like Ferrari have got away with that rear wing problem, the little clip it did of the white barrier, because nothing's been said about it.
He's out of the session anyway. He's down. Where is he? 15th? Oh, sorry, no.
I don't know. Yeah, you did touch the barrier.
There it is.
Where? I don't feel it. Yeah, it was a little touch.
Oh, it's just as I say, there's nothing been said. We see the crack in it.
Yeah, over the radio. So it was a big crack as well.
And that'll be why he couldn't improve his time.
Also, why he got oversteered at that corner, the same corner. The wing balance through that segment of track would just pushed it wide. So
now there's a commentator's case gone wrong. You know, I say that he's got away with it, and then we see the truth.
Megan will be happy at that one. Reminder, if you watch this show tomorrow in the pre-race show, you see the whole of Q3 in its entirety, which means in around about 30 seconds' time, we'll be doing 2 shows, effectively, with the pre-show replaying Q3. just because it's easier that way for me. I don't
If
do
you're
anything.
confused, write to this address. Anyone but us.
Right, here we go then. We're getting ready for the start of qualifying in around about 15 seconds, or 10 seconds actually. And this one's going to be crucial in this session. Hamilton, Perez as well, all getting ready to go for the last session now. And the green light is on, and qualifying 3 for the Saudi Arabia Grand Prix is underway. 10 minutes and 10 cars effectively to head out there onto the circuit to set their running order. Hamilton, Bottas, Tsunoda, Gasly, Leclerc, Perez, Verstappen, Norris, Ocon and Giovinazzi. The 10 cars left in this qualifying session. And of course, we've already lost Ricciardo, Raikkonen, Alonso, Russell, Sainz, Latifi, Vettel, Stroll, Schumacher and Mazepin from the board as well. The question is, though, who's going to get pole position?
I don't know. Mazepin, I think, lost himself.
Yeah, Mazepin was down there. 90 seconds, apparently, the gap between us on that board as well. I can't believe that's right, but the gap actually is live on the boards for some reason. Hamilton's heading out there on a set of soft tyres, though, which is interesting. So is Bottas as well. Tsunoda, softs. They're all out on softs. But Ocon's out there on mediums. Is he actually left the pit lane yet? Can't quite see. As we get the driver tracker. Bottas, Hamilton, Leclerc, Gasly, Tsunoda. Nope, they're all, I think Ocon is still in the pits. Yeah. Everyone bar Perez down is in the pit lane at the moment, so they haven't left just yet.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I was wondering because they grayed out now on the monitor, but they've just put Hamilton's back up into the right position. So we'll activate that. So this is how you know who's in the session. The top 10 are in this qualifying session, as we've isolated them for you on the timing graphics as well. Toto Wolff smiling for once as he fixes his glasses onto his Bose headset as we get ready to go for this one as well. So keep your fingers crossed.
I used to have a pair of Bose speakers at the old house.
I swear they're here somewhere. I swear I've seen a pair of Bose speakers lying around this box
Big,
somewhere.
massive things.
Yeah, I think they're right at the back, aren't they?
They might
of where the
be.
Corniche box.
You never know. If I look up there, I've just noticed. I was thinking the other day, what happened to the electric cable that, for the caravan? And there it is up there.
Yeah, actually, it's the outdoor one. I've been well, that's what that is. I've been wondering what that orange cable was at the side of the box. Josh says I've got plenty of reasons why Russell didn't go through. Got a reason. Oh, in that case then, you can just speak because we've got turn 17. No investigation necessary between Bottas and Raikkonen. As Hamilton's off the track, Hamilton's gone off. He's lost his lap time, I think. So Hamilton had a massive bit of oversteer. Yeah, Hamilton had a massive oversteer.
Which
and
is what he did in Q1.
Oh yeah, the replay just coming up on my screen.
Yeah, I think we'll have it now. Here we go. So it's right on board.
Lack of oversteer, I think.
Yeah, turned in towards turn 9, just snapped the oversteer.
Yeah.
And that's basically what happened to Carlos Sainz as well. So that's his first run done on those brand new soft tyres. Josh, Dad, you've got info on George Russell and why he didn't get through.
So, Williams' official account has tweeted, George gets caught in yellow flags on his final lap, and sadly, that's his Q2 session wrapped up.
So that's yellow flag that was caused by Sainz.
Bottas gone purple in every sector.
Bottas crossing the line. Is he going to go fastest? He does, of course. 128.
128, 143.
We've seen 127s out there in this session so far, so he's got a lot more time to prove as well. He's got a lot more to try and push through as well. Remarkably, though, Megan will come to the box anyway because she'll need to, but I don't think she's actually going to be needed. So don't tell her that, depending how quick this one goes. Keep your fingers crossed that the next 8 minutes goes through quite quickly.
Well, I don't want her coming out into the box if she's not needed. So I know that David is listening because he's reading his book, Ravens or something.
Tsunoda second.
Lady of the Ravens.
Yeah, Tsunoda second, 128.442, sorry. Leclerc does a 128.481. Hamilton, 148.104. So it's all coming through at the moment. Hamilton still trying to attack now on his second run. He's through the segment of the track now. He lost it originally. Backed off a little bit. He wasn't quite full throttle through turn 9 and 10. Right to the exit curb 11 and 12. Flies down towards the hairpin now, turn 13, 12 degree, left-hander banking. He's only down by 0.05 of a second to Bottas. That's all right, but my goodness, just how close he got to the exit at turn 13 then, the safer barrier. The rear tyre was screaming for mercy at that exit as well as they push it through. How long until there's a serious accident?
Yeah, who's Mercy?
I don't know. Who was that? Yeah.
Mercy Bufu.
Megan says she's watching. Megan's actually watching.
Megan's actually watching, is she? So she's in the front room. Well,
of course she's watching. She wants to know what happens in qualifying. She'll hopefully be better for the race tomorrow. If not, then she'll sit there with a mask on, with a big fluffy jacket and a hot water bottle, looking like Bernie Sanders. Down we come then into the last corner. Hamilton's fastest sector 2 as well, a 28.017. Can he find the time to take provisional pole position for this Grand Prix? Is it 103? It is at the moment 128.035, but Verstappen is 2 tenths faster as things stand. 31.
As we said in the last in Q2, they got to a 127s.
Yeah, and this is not quick enough.
This is not quick enough for any of them.
31.9 first sector for Verstappen. Sector 2 coming up as he approaches turn 21. Bottas on a lap time now as well. This could be the pole time, and he's 2 tenths up on Hamilton. What has happened to Mercedes being so dominant across the 2 practice sessions yesterday? Verstappen took free practice 3, and ever since then they're struggling to top sessions. Hamilton's got to find some more pace and more time soon. Sector 2 looking quick. Sector 3 is now. And are they having to come down to the line?
Max is driving brilliantly. He came so close to the wall just then.
He's done it! 3 tenths faster than Hamilton.
Back into the 127s.
127.653. He is 3.5, nearly 4 tenths of a second faster than Lewis Hamilton. That is a massive gap between the two. Perez does a 128.128. It's up to Bottas now, who stalled in qualifying number 1 in the pit lane. It's a brand new engine, reused, changed over from free practice number 3 to qualifying. A record rebuild. Can he shove it anywhere near Verstappen's time? And across the line, Bottas goes second. He displaces Hamilton even more. 127.974.
Yeah, but
and that's bad news.
Lewis was on. He had that incident in his first lap, and so he's had to. This is his first run. Being third at this stage isn't a problem, is it? Really?
No, not at this stage. Let's hear from Verstappen.
It's a banker lap.
I need a toe.
Verstappen saying he needs a toe. He's 3. Oh, Bottas is he's 0.321 off it.
I understand the AA are on the way out.
Yeah, do you think it's snow related?
There's no business like snow business.
So
yes, they did have snow in Jeddah last year or the year before.
In the Formula E, yeah, there was a bit of snow and a bit of rain. Yeah, very unusual to have snow in the desert, but it did happen.
Yeah, of course it can happen. It
can happen anywhere, really.
Yeah, it's all about the temperature being at the right temperature, isn't it?
Yeah.
Not too cold, not too hot.
And as they come,
lot of wind.
Yeah, and they come
lot
back
of
through.
uprush.
Gasly's on a lap in the first sector, looking quick so far, but it's a 32.112, so he's a couple of tenths off the time there of what we're used to seeing. But this could put this actually put Gasly ahead of Hamilton, 0.348. It's actually looking decent that Gasly could just sneak up the front there and get ahead of Hamilton. And I'll put Perez onto the 3rd row of the grid. Last corner coming out, turn 27, the hairpin. Oh, do you see the snapper oversteer from Gasly? Had to correct the car mid-corner.
And that led to oversteer and nearly clipping the wall there.
Gasly goes 4th, so he loses out on getting ahead of Hamilton, but he does displace Perez. Yeah, look at that. Another strong qualifying in the Middle East for Pierre Gasly.
Oversteered then understeered.
Yeah. Giovinazzi goes P9, 129.051. Ocon has not set a lap time yet.
And here comes Max.
3:12 to go. Ocon, Giovinazzi now goes P10 as Ocon goes P9.
Where's Synthel?
Oh, he's never here for quality. He always watches later in comments.
Oh, yeah.
He sometimes pops in the race if there's a safety car or red flag because he's doing his Instagrams and the TikToks.
Oh, is he doing Instagrams and TikToks?
Yeah.
He's not watching the Dutch version of Strictly Come Dancing.
Oh, no, he's watching Olaf's last few races with the last few races on Ziggy.
It was a joke.
Yeah, I know.
But, yeah, it's the Dutch version of Strictly Come Dancing.
Isn't that on right now?
I don't know, but we got Kevin from Grimsby.
Yeah, that's true.
He's not in it at the moment.
No, he's got an ankle injury, I think. Back
No, he's
on
on
the track.
tour.
Oh, that's it, yeah.
Because
Yeah.
him and Joe do acting now as well, don't they?
Joss.
Yes, go on.
Mercedes Twitter admin has agreed that they need something special to beat Verstappen to pole tonight.
Well, they might need a toe off Bottas for anything.
Yeah.
But if Verstappen gets a toe off Perez, that's going to be something. Verstappen currently is on his own as Perez goes to fourth. 1:28.123. So Perez has moved up. 2 minutes to go in this qualifying session for the Saudi Arabia Grand Prix. Lewis Hamilton is going for pole position. Out of the way, he says to Esteban Ocon in the Alpine as he approaches the back half of the track. Hamilton's up in the second sector, fastest overall, but he's only 23 thousandths down. So he got the toe off of Ocon. He's now using that to drag himself back into contention. 8 points between them in the championship. Absolutely, Hamilton needs to win tomorrow with Verstappen finishing second. They'll go level on points into Abu Dhabi.
And Lewis has done it.
Coming to the line, good sector. Is it 103? Is it 103? It's 103 by a tenth and a bit. Hamilton on provisional pole, 127.511. Hamilton's on pole at the moment, but here comes Verstappen and Bottas.
Here comes Max.
Hamilton might have gone early. Hamilton might have gone
Brilliant,
early.
wasn't it?
Now look at this, Perez. Watch for Perez. He's out there as well. He's on a time. So is Verstappen. Hamilton could have gone early there, and he's got clear track, but he could have spoiled it. He could have lost it.
But more importantly, he's getting an extra lap in.
So Lewis Hamilton could be the first driver to take pole at 32 different venues. Max Verstappen is looking to do it again into turn 1 and 2. He's taking a lot of curb in the exit as well. What have you noticed there, Josh? Oh, he nearly touched the wall in the exit in turn 2. That must be he's really pushing his Verstappen. Is that what you spotted, Josh?
Yeah, I think that's
He
what
definitely touched the wall there. Definitely a touch of the wall.
Had to touch the wall. He's bracing the curve through 8 and 9.
Verstappen purple in sector 1.
And Verstappen
And he's
is
a
flying.
tenth of a second up.
Verstappen is flying at the moment. He is man and machine. It's like he's a roller coaster. He's not even moving an inch from off the perfect racing line. Verstappen is dialed in. The checkered flag is out. Qualifying is over. Hamilton's already done his lap. It was a 1:27.511. He was a 10th clear of Verstappen. Verstappen's lap time was impressive. Hamilton's was amazing. If Verstappen takes pole
Purple sector
position,
2.
if Verstappen takes pole here, he's going to be God. Lewis Hamilton's lap in Singapore in 2019 was considered the greatest ever pole position lap. I think we might have just found a new one as Bottas goes second. A 1:27.622. We've got a yellow. We've got a yellow.
He's touched the wall. He's touched the wall.
And he's out. He's broken
He's
the
done
rear
his.
suspension.
He's broke his car.
Max Verstappen breaks his rear suspension and he's crashed out of any hopes of taking pole position and he spoils everybody else's lap. The red flag has come out. The session has been ended, but the flag was already out.
And more importantly,
Unbelievable. If that is a gearbox, that is advantage.
Yes.
Hamilton. Lewis Hamilton takes pole position number 103. Max Verstappen was on the lap of the gods.
he had to go for it.
Yeah, but he's hit the wall at the exit. This World Championship takes yet another dramatic twist.
He's definitely done his strut.
Here's a replay.
They haven't red flagged. They've just yellowed, we're now being told. Wonder why. Let's take a look. Into turn 27. He locks up on the inside front. It gets him on the dust and the exit. Wham! It looks like he's just broken the rear suspension, though. Could that have gone in the gearbox?
No, we don't think so.
Let's take a look. Does he accelerate the exit? There's the lockup. He's going to hit the wall in third. Does he change to fourth? Yes, he changed down, so the gearbox should be okay. He was able to change down, so the gearbox might be okay. But Max Verstappen, with only 2 races to go, he'll start third on the grid, but he's broken the rear suspension. Unbelievable.
Big hit.
You can actually see the strut, the suspension strut there, going up and down. So it broke off at the actual gearbox side. he might still have made a crack in that gearbox.
This World Championship, again, is just electrifying.
He's not happy.
He's not. He's thrown it away. Lewis Hamilton takes pole position, 103 of his career. The first ever driver to do it at 32 different racetracks. And he lines up with a Mercedes 1-2 on the grid.
Something.
Now, interesting, Nate. You know, think about this, right? What repairs will be allowed to be done on that car?
Has to be rear suspension, has to be gearbox if done with a 5-place grid penalty.
Yeah, but remember what...
Definitely
But what if
rear suspension.
Yeah.
What if there is
From
damage
looking
to
at
the...
it.
What if there is damage to the rear wing? Then you get that situation like with
Hamilton.
Will they be allowed to change the rear wing without getting sent to the back?
Didn't they change the wing in Brazil?
And then they
Sao
didn't.
Paulo?
And then Mercedes weren't allowed to. And got sent to the back. So as the rule changed, we'll find out.
So it's Hamilton, Bottas, Verstappen, the top three. Verstappen hits the wall in the end of qualifying, but it's a Mercedes front row on the grid for the first ever Saudi Arabia Grand Prix.
This is where you need a little...
Mercedes are really lucky.
I'd say they are, because that was a lap of the gods from Verstappen. What do you think, Dad?
I think I think he was really giving it the best he could. You know, he'll be despondent, but... You've got to go for it. You had to go for it, right? Lewis, that's another one for you. What? How many different?
32 different tracks, 103 pole positions.
Yeah, it's 32 different tracks.
And
wow.
It's happened in the different order, but yet again, it's Hamilton, Bottas, and Verstappen.
Yeah.
And look, he touched the wall, the exit turn 2, as Josh said, at the beginning of the lap, and then right at the end of the lap.
Yeah.
And he had to go for it.
If you look at that camera angle, you can actually see the rear suspension moving after he hit the wall.
Oh my God! I've just seen a Max fan, a Max female fan here, and she was literally going, "Go Max!" and he hit the wall and stopped right in front of her, and her heart breaks.
She went, no.
Her heart breaks.
The interesting thing is that Bottas was up into second before that.
News from the stewards, they did red flag that, and then they brought it back out. They unred flagged it when everyone had crossed the line.
How's that possible, though?
They can do that, can't they? They can red flag it, and then everybody came back to the pit lane.
Red flag for safety, I suppose,
Yeah.
and then to allow everything else to
go on.
Like
this ceremony, they've unred flagged it. I suppose that must be allowed in some way, but
at last, you need little motorbikes like we got in MotoGP, lad.
Yeah, it's a long way back to the pits, isn't it? The Aston Martin.
That was a bit
DBX.
Manchester, that wasn't it?
That was Geordie actually in that exit there.
Why? No, lad.
So what is going to happen tomorrow?
It was floating down outside earlier.
If Verstappen needs a grid penalty, does that mean they are actually going to go into the final level on points? Has that one incident there now assured us we're going to get a showdown in Abu Dhabi in a week's time?
Not the way Max drives, and not the way Lewis drives, but...
He's still third on the grid, though.
It just makes it much more interesting.
Right, let's head...
You could start either of them at the rear, really at the back, and nothing will happen.
Let's head to the grid, then, with Paul di Resta.
Lewis, well done. As far as pole positions go, I guess that couldn't have been a better day for you lining up in the front row, but it's looked a difficult session to get that.
Yeah, wow, what a tough track this is. Incredibly technical and complex. It's amazing what they've built here track-wise. The speed and the pace around here is phenomenal. We were quick through practice, but for some reason, P3 and particularly qualifying just lacking pace, struggling with the tyres. And so for us to get a 1-2, really proud of Valtteri and the guys.
Apologies for that interference, it's trackside.
So yeah, this is a great result. This championship's still alive. It's in your hands. If you win both races, you win the championship. So I guess the game plan tomorrow is to work as a team and do the best job.
Yeah, definitely. This was the goal. We've worked so hard through simulation, through setup, collaboration has been just epic with Valtteri. He's the best teammate there has ever been in this sport, for sure. And we've worked together to work on the setup, get the car to where it needs to be. And yeah, so I know those guys were just so fast. That bull around this track is something else. But given where we are, I'm grateful for what we managed to pull out with what we have.
Does their speed fear you tomorrow that they're going to make a challenge?
Well, for sure. We always get closer in race pace. I think my long run was good yesterday, but they've obviously fixed something or whatever set up yesterday, and they're rapid today. So I anticipate it'll be a close battle all the way through tomorrow. But Valtteri and I will be on it.
All the very best.
Now let's hear from Valtteri Bottas. The fans applauding Lewis, and Valtteri, 100 consecutive Q3 appearances. He's talking with Paul.
You're lining up on the front row.
He's happy.
Lining up in the front row tomorrow, Valtteri, and I can see the teamwork. You guys are trying to work together to try and do something for the championship here.
Yeah, it was important qualifying today, and for me, I had a bit of a struggle in practice 3, but and the guys could. We actually had to change an engine, and the guys could just finish the car before the quali, and everything was working fine. So I was happy, and yeah, the last lap was on the limit, and I enjoyed it. But it's tough track. I mean, pushing lap after another, and the grip really doesn't drop, so it's quite tough.
Where are you mentally? Is it more about securing this for the team's championship, or you want to get a race win?
Of course I want to get a race win, but first things first, we need to focus on team championship, and Lewis is still fighting for the title. I'm not, so yeah, I'll do my best with whatever I can, and at the same time I'll try to enjoy.
You're in a good position. All the best.
Thank you.
And now, crucially, Max Verstappen talking with Paul di Resta.
Max, it was looking like it was going to be a pretty special lap. Unfortunately, it didn't go quite right in the last corner, but where are you?
Yeah, it's of course terrible, but it was in general a good qualifying. I mean, it was a bit hard, of course, to switch on the tires here around the street circuit, but I knew the pace was there, and it showed in the last lap. I didn't really understand what happened, but I locked up, and I still tried to, of course, keep the car on the track, try to finish the lap, but clipped the rear and had to stop. But yeah, P3 is a bit disappointing, of course, today, knowing what lap I was on. But nevertheless, it shows that the car is quick, and let's see what we can do in the race.
Yeah, like you said, I think you were 2 tenths up at the end of sector 2, just with really 1 corner to go. Are you fearful of the gearbox without hitting the wall, or?
I don't know. I mean, I immediately stopped, so let's see.
Put on a good fight. All the best for tomorrow.
What a top 3 we've got then here. Josh, if you're still there, can you hear us? I don't know if he's gone or not.
Well,
oh, no.
Replay of Lewis Hamilton.
Yeah, this
Hamilton radio.
Oh, okay. Well, listen to this and one off.
Being on the ragged edge for the whole of that lap, he had 2 points.
Well, that's just about the most hectic Q3 we've had in a long time. So yeah, currently P1, got down to P2. Verstappen just managed to tag the wall, exit last corner. So yeah, good job, mate.
Oh, great job, team. Great job, team. You had me worried there for a second.
Can we put Josh up on the screen?
Good one, mate. You
no
really
HDMI.
wasn't a flyer, but yeah, nice job for keeping it cool.
Yeah, working on it to get Josh up on the screen ASAP. Go on then, Josh. What was your moment of the session then?
Mercedes, both Hamilton and Bottas are very lucky that Verstappen hit the wall, because if Verstappen didn't hit the wall, Verstappen would have been on pole, and it wouldn't have been an all Mercedes front row, and it would have been Hamilton aside Verstappen.
Yeah, Max.
And what I'm thinking is that, correct me if I'm wrong, but if Verstappen didn't take a new gearbox at the start of this event, and if he has damaged his gearbox now,
you're right.
Does that mean he would have been penalty free if he did not take his gearbox at the start of the weekend?
Yeah, you're right.
Meaning, if he's damaged his gearbox now, that would have been a penalty.
Yeah, you're right. So if he hadn't changed it, and that accident has cost him a gearbox, he would have had a free change because that gearbox had done 6 races, but it's a brand new gearbox.
Yeah.
So he's in trouble there, big time. What's your thoughts, Dad?
That's only a 5-place grid penalty, isn't it?
Yeah, it's
all
right.
And that's nothing to to Max, is it?
Right,
It's whether or not he has to do more work.
I have 2 minutes. All right, quickly, what moment of the session, who do you think's going to win tomorrow, Dad? Longest 2 minutes he's ever going to take up now, isn't he? We're out
Lewis,
of time.
I always go for Lewis.
Right, we're out of time. We'll be back tomorrow for the pre-race show as well. We're on here
See you tomorrow, Josh.
We're on here at 5 o'clock. Remember that, 5 o'clock. Race start at 5:30 UK time. And thanks to Ian Birchman, thanks to Josh Plays as well. We'll see you all tomorrow. We're on a quick off. I've got to go. Carl's waiting. Bye-bye.